Uh-oh, Dodge got a bobo. Lovely. Hopefully I can get it out of there. I got the saw with me, I can cut it. Hello everyone. Well, it's that time of year again. Firewood season. It's the end of August here, and the wood stove's been going for the last few nights, so if I leave the stove off, it's about 9 or 10 degrees Celsius in the house when I wake up. So yeah, but that's what it's like living in the mountains, and it's warm out today, but it'll be cold again tonight. So yeah, I just found a good little stash of pine. So, and they're good and dead, good and dry, so I'll just be able to split them and burn them pretty much. But yeah, so we're gonna get at it. I got the XL-1 automatic Homelite, and little 40cc-ish, 38 or 41. I was just having this conversation today. It's right around there. We'll say 40 cc's. We'll go in the middle. And then I got the McCulloch, what is that thing? The 325 AV. So just like a 3516. Anyway, I cut this tree down with it last night, and it was cutting good other than the chain. The chain's crappy on it, but it was running real good. And then I shut it off, and it wouldn't hot start for me. So anyways, I finally did get it going and finished the tank off, and then I got out the Homelite and finished the job with that saw. But oh, and I broke a spring too, an anti-vibe spring. So then last night when I got home, I got looking, and it turns out I had the wrong spark plug in there. It was the right heat range or the right spark plug, just a non-resistor. And I didn't realize that that's supposed to be pretty hard or can be hard on the coil, so maybe that played a role. I mean, this saw was acted up the day the guy bought it. He said he cut like 2 loads of firewood and it started acting up, and it as far as I know would have had the original spark plug in it, like the right one. So anyways, I put a Champion in there. It's the correct spark plug for it, RDJ7Y or something like that. And it fired up good today, so we'll see how it starts. I'm going to do some cutting with it. We'll see how it cuts after. So yeah, and then I brought the Radley, the 52cc clone there, the home hardware saw. It's almost coming up on 1 year since I've had that saw. Like October will be when I did that. When I first got it, and I did a review on that saw. So I just want to keep cutting with it. It's working good as usual. It's surprising for a Chinese saw. But it's basically a copy off of a pro saw, so that's probably why it works so good. So yeah, I got a couple trees up here. I don't know if you can see that. And there's one over there. So yeah, we're gonna get to it. So yeah, last night I was cutting, and the spring broke off, so I just put it in the vise and bent the end up, and I think it's better than it was when the spring was longer. So we'll try that out. I drilled my extra little holes there. It was working really good yesterday, other than, like I said, other than this chain. But yeah, I put the extra little intake holes in there. Might make it a little snappier, we'll see. Yeah, we'll try her out. Deep woods. There we go, folks. Just like that. Oh, I love the smell of that stuff in the bush. The two just go hand in hand, eh? Okay, let's get this old girl going here. Tell you something also. I just switched oils. I don't have a favorite brand just yet when it comes to two-stroke oils. I'm still experimenting. But I bought this Klondike stuff. It's made in Canada. They refine it in the US, but I think it's a BC company, British Columbia. Anyway, it's called Klondike. It's just a regular two-stroke oil. I think they have two types. It's just the cheaper one. And it smells like diesel fuel. Like, it doesn't smell like regular two-stroke oil. It smells like diesel fuel. So. Anyway, I don't know much about it, but I mixed up a batch at 40 to 1, and then I put the recommended seafoam in there too. I'm just kind of new to that with putting the seafoam in. My neighbor says he does it, and I use seafoam for everything else, but I never did put it in my fuel. But it is a fuel stabilizer, so it's good. Like if you haven't used your gas for a while, right? It kind of keeps everything good there, and it kind of cleans as it goes. Now the carb's been cleaned on this one. It had a new carb kit and everything, but. So who knows? That thing was run right dry out of fuel yesterday. So whatever it fired up on is the new fuel. So I don't know if it's the fuel or the spark plug or what, but anyway, it seems to run good here. For now. Dead. She died, folks. What happened then? Nope. Well, it's cutting decent. I mean, the chain's brutal. It's done. But running a little bit rich there. But we'll see how it hot starts after here. I'm going to get the XL-1 going. This little beauty. Little coffin case. Cool little rig. had this, I don't know if if I was running 32 to 1 or 40, I can't remember, but we're at 32 to 1 this time. Ooh, she fires up. Oops, gotta turn it on. folks. I haven't used that saw much, but it's a fun little saw. I've never put a carb kit in that thing, and I think it could use one. I don't know if the diaphragm. I think the diaphragm might be a little bit rigid there. We'll see. I muffler modded it. Sometimes when you muffler mod them, they like to lean out after you're cutting. They'll kind of lean out on you a bit. So I don't know if it's that or what, or if it is that diaphragm. Yeah. Anyway, let's see if we can do a hot start on this thing. It's McCulloch. Okay, they recommend actually that you go half choke on these and you prime it 10 times. So let's try that. That's what they say in the manual. Prime it 10 times, pull the choke halfway out. Throttle lock on. Well, it started. That's a good sign. I'll keep cutting with that one. I'll get it good and hot and see what happens. Well, you see this? You better tighten that up. I'll have to go inside and operate here. I had a little wood splitter, just a little Canadian Tire thing, or Yardworks, whatever it was. A little electric 5.5 ton, and the motor failed on it, so we're back to old fashioned. Last year I split all my wood by hand. That's good, gets you in good shape, and you know, like, I don't like going to the gym. That's too boring for me, so here's my gym right here. Why that's easy splitting nice wood, that pine. Around here we have spruce, pine, like a bunch of different species of pine. Lots of beetle killed stuff here, like their whole area is just, you know, tons of it. Like 5 years ago, you could find trees, but not close to town. Now they're just dead pine everywhere, and they've logged a bunch too. And you should see the burn piles they got at the mill, like in their cut blocks. Like it's crazy the amount of wood that's wasted. Actually, like one big burn pile could heat like a whole house for probably five years or something. I don't know, but anyway, they salvage what they can, and the rest they just got to burn so they can get the new cut block to grow. But then we have balsam fir. That stuff is not great at all. I used to burn it lots, but it, you know, I swear all the coal under the ground is those balsam firs that fell down and then got compacted over the years. That's what I think it is. It smells just like coal. No matter how dry it is, it burns extremely dirty. But it's hot. Like, it burns hot. It's great campfire wood. not great for the wood stove. Whatever, you just have to clean your chimney more, and then we have poplar and we have aspen. I kind of like aspen. Poplar burns hot, it just burns up faster and creates a lot of ash. But the poplar is is good if it's weathered. Like if all the bark's off and it's weathered, then it'll rival some of the other woods that we have around here. But yeah, but since I started burning mostly just pine, I go through way less wood than I did before when I burnt balsam fir and lots of poplar. And spruce is just kind of, it's dirty all, lots of bark and stuff gets in the house, and sap if it's, not 100% dead, But whatever, it all burns. And then we have like that black spruce, or some of it's, and then we have tamarack. Tamarak's really good, just select areas around here. And then, but that black spruce, it burns good, but again, really dirty wood, and you got to trim like a million branches. This pine is the easiest stuff going here, so I'll split all this up and load it and buck some more after there. Yeah, the Fiskars is a pretty good axe. I don't have much experience with anything else. That's what I always use. There we go. Chain's right done. And the rakers, like this, it's a safety chain, and then I tried filing the rakers without a raker gauge, and so now it's cutting, on an angle and everything. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It started good there. I ran it out of fuel. It was running pretty rich there before, so I leaned it out quite a bit, and it's working good now. And that's the other thing too. When they run too rich, then sometimes they're hard starting then as well, right? So started up this time, no problem. Just put the throttle lock on, fired it right up. Didn't have to or I think I had to put the choke on, fire it. And yeah, so we'll sharpen this up a bit and do some more cutting with it. I have the bigger 52cc there, but I'm just trying to work this thing, see if this baking the coil thing actually works. So far so good, and that resistor plug must have made a difference there. So yeah, we'll see what we'll see how she goes. Well, I got it sharp now. Oh, what an angry little bugger. Well, there we go. Certainly not running lean. It's just run a little bit rich. There's a way you can there's a way you can tell, other than by plug color, because plug color, it's usually right, but there's certain oils that can mess that up for you. But there's a way that you can read the electrode tip. Snowmobile racers use that way for sure, but I think I'll explain that in another video. I've actually looked all over YouTube. I can't even find one video that explains how to read the plug other than cutting the plug open and pulling the electrode part out, which obviously you're not going to do when you're jetting a vehicle, you know, unless you're like pro racer or something like that. But there's another way that, other than plug color, to let you know when it's spot on. Almost a full load. Getting there. Well, I'm not totally happy with it. It's I've been trying to fine tune this thing. It's been kind of acting up. I don't know what it is. It seems like I pulled the plug a couple times. It seems like it's not like it's like as if it is vapor locking and it's not being able to draw the fuel up. Even after I prime it, put the choke on, I put the choke on full, it still doesn't seem to want to start. So I got to get the old mustard bottle there next time, and I'll pull the top cover off, and then I'll just make sure that that's in fact what's going on there, is that there's an issue there.
Okay, I took the saw out there the next night, and that's not the issue. It's not vapor locking at all. It's the coil. The coil's getting hot, and it just won't have any spark or has weak spark, and then as soon as it cools down, then it's good again. So right above the oil cap there is where the heat stays, and that's actually right where the coil is. So I got to do something there to try to get the heat out of there. I mean, a new coil would fix it, but then the new coil will probably fail after a while. So I'm going to try and get the heat out, see if I can make it work.
Well, there we go. Took me long enough to get that, but that's what happens when you're testing and tuning. So we'll go unload that and sharpen up the chains, and I'm gonna put a new chain on that other. That could be half the problem. Well, she's a late night getting out of the bush tonight there, folks. That's okay. We had fun.